make a very dramatic, kind of a rag bow inspired look. Now this is a big wreath we're putting it on, so I know I want the tails super long, longer than normal. Longer would be 20. I'm going to go about 24. A little bit longer because I'm going to want to play with them and be super dramatic. I'm going to cut the right side of the bow at a right angle. And I'm 24, 26, so pretty long. Now I'm going to bring that to the center, and I'm going to twist. My right hand goes forward, my left hand goes back. I'm going to hold that with my right hand now as I pull back with my left hand to start the next layer. And that is going to be at 7 inches. It's a big bow. 7 inches, twist. So now my left hand goes forward, my right hand goes back. When I go either side, I switch. So 7 inches over here. And I am going to scrunch that down because we're not going to make more loops. Our back loop is just 1, and the tails are at 26 inches. Okay? All right, I'm going to pull that off. And now my next layer is going to be my other 2.5 that we talked about a minute ago that has the stripe on it. And so it's a good one to have in the back because it's going to stop the eye. We've got the busy between, but now we're going to double up on this one. So when we call a recipe of a bow, we call it by one side of the bow. So far our recipe is 1, okay? And we'll build up from there. Let's go. I'm going to cut this at a right angle too. And now I'm still making this the same length as my other, still sitting at the 26 inches long for that tail. All right, tail's there, so I'm getting ready to take right hand forward, left hand back. Okay, put those fingers back to the middle, pull this back. And now these were at 7. I'm going to keep these at 7 right now. We're not going to get any shorter. 7, come to the center, twist. And on the right side, 7, twist. And now we're going to do 2 loops. Okay. Same length. You can just stack them to line them up. Nice. Okay. Over here on the right. And scrunch. Okay, and I'm going to take these and cut them at opposite angles. Just like that. All right, next layer, exciting. Our next layer, we're going to bring in our ladybug. Because she's going to lay so pretty on top of here. And do you see why I made that choice? Because this is really busy. Now I broke it up with a solid, and she's busy. Now she's going to lay on top of that solid. Even though it has a stripe, it's still considered a solid. So I'm going to lay that on top of my spool holder. I'm going to cut this at a right hand angle. And then we are going to come in and bring that in at 26 also. So another long piece. So that tail is really long. And twist. And we were out at 7 inches. Now we're going to be at 6. Twist. So a little shorter, 6 twists. And I'm going to do 2 of these also. So you can measure them right on top of each other. And I'm going to scrunch. And you're going to cut these at opposite angles. Okay? So we've got a really great foundation. Now I'm going to spread these out a little bit because I want them to go right where my black and red stripe ribbon is. Beautiful. Nice layering up. Now we're going to come in with our window pane next. But before we even put the window pane, I want you to bring one more layer of your stripe in. Just to kind of break that up a little bit. Because remember, the ladybug's super busy. Now I'm going to go shorter tail, about 18 to 20 inches. So a little bit more than 3/4. Put your 2 fingers in the middle. We're going to do 1 loop. So our recipe is 1, 2, 2 so far. Now I'm going to go at 5.5 and twist. And 5.5 on the right and scrunch. And I'm going to cut the tail on the other side to match. And now we'll bring in a little of the netting. It's a window pane jute. We're going to use that next. And I will use that in the tails. On this one, I just cut it straight across to where they won't fray. Just like that. And we'll come down and I'll make those just as long as the last one. So I think those are about 24. And twist. And we're going to put 2 of these in. One on each side. And these will be the same length as the last one you put in. Okay, I'm putting that in. So those are at, let me confirm, 5.5 right here. And twist. Right hand forward, left hand back. On the left side, left hand forward, right hand back. As long as you're keeping and adding layers. And then that adds a neat little pop of dimension. Because you can kind of see through it, but it adds that great texture. You have to be careful with this one. See how it went over a peg? We don't want that. All right, and then I'll just cut this one straight across also. Just a little bitty tail there. All right. Now we're ready to bring in our smaller ones again. So that means I'm going to put a pop of ladybug, and that one's going to go right across that red and black stripe we already put in. So I'm helping you layer these up to where they don't get lost in the bow. Okay, same length as the last one or shorter. You could even go 20 if you wanted. 1 loop here. So our recipe is a 1, 2, 2, 1, 1. Now I'm going to just set the same length. I'm not going to get smaller because otherwise it just gets a little too tight in there. 1 loop here. So it's about 5 instead of 5.5. Cut those tails opposite. And now you're going to bring in the check, which is so much fun on the top layer. Now leave these extra long. I like to knot them or play with them. So I'm going to bring my first loop in here and leave it really long on that tail because I'll curl it. And we're going to do 2 here. Same length as the last one, or you can even have it a little bit longer because it kind of has a little whimsicalness to it. Right hand forward, left hand back on the right side. And on the left side, left hand forward, right hand back. All right. So our final recipe is 1, 2, 1. No. 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. Wah! 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. Oof. This is a big juicy bow, guys. Juicy, juicy. All right. Trim that off. We'll be curling these and knotting these. And now I'm going to get ready to take this off the bow maker. So normally I would use an 8-inch cable tie, but it's so thick in there. I want you to pull out your 11-inch one if you have one, because this is very, very thick. I'm going to pull it up a little, and I'm going to come on the right side of the bow. Put a finger on top and hold pressure while you're bringing it up. Get some pressure on there. Now you're going to pull it off your bow maker, and this is the most difficult part, is now you have to fluff it. So hold pressure. Don't let these slide. Don't let anybody slide right now, otherwise your center will slide back. Okay? Now I'm going to start to separate these out. So here come my loops out. There we go. And you'll feel them move around a little. That's okay. I'm going to bring my bottom loop down. And I'm separating these 2 first, okay? Now I know the ladybugs kind of go on them or into the middle. This one comes to the center, and then that ladybug lays on top. Okay, I know the checks need to go above and below. So if I don't work on manipulating these on a big thick bow, they'll just slide around and be clustered, not the way you want them. Instead of looking neat and clean, it gets a big blob, okay? So take your time separating them out. All right, once you feel like I've got the spacing I want you to make sure these tails are all coming down. Pull them down. Once you're happy, I want you to go to the back and add a cable tie back here and just cinch it tight. Cinch it tight right here. All right, excellent. Trim that off. Look how beautiful this bow is. This bow is beautiful. It's loaded. And because we didn't get too small in the center, they didn't come to the middle. And that's okay if you want it to be that way too. And you'll still need a little fluffing when you get it into your piece, but overall it looks great. Now the last step I will do, and you could even do this when it's on your piece, is I like to take and add some knots to these really long ones we put in, and I'm not going to pull them really tight, just add some texture. You can pull them tight, but I think they're just so much fun. And take those tails and curl them up. I love the little skinny ribbons towards the front of the design. I think it adds a lot of dimension. There you go. And then I'm just going to curl this up. Just curl it, curl it, curl it. And then if you wanted to, you can take and curl some of these as you layer them in, or just leave them all long. When I curl, it's just like if you're curling on a hair roller, just curling those up and getting that wire really curly, and then you can just pull them down, and it makes some fun curls too. And I would encourage you, once you get it in place, you can do that. Now, depending where you're using this, you don't have to cover the center if florals are going to cover that, but if they're not, I'm going to take a little strip of my gingham that I just used, and we're going to use that right down the center. Okay? And so take and fold this on itself. Or it's narrow enough, you could just leave it like this too. Either way, depending how skinny you want it. And I just want this one to kind of disappear into the background. And then I'm just going to run that right through the center. And sure enough, that middle will just disappear. See, you barely even notice it. I'll pull that to the back and we'll put a couple knots in. 1 and 2. And then I'll just pull off any excess. Then the back of this bow is all done. That's my cable tie where I'll be attaching it. And we're looking amazing. All right, I can't wait to see this in your wreath. It's beautiful.